Alright, hello everybody, it's me, Clock, and today we're going to be playing Madness in Bloom, a Yandere visual novel. Let's start. I'll go with Clock. So this came out like a week or two ago, something like that. I've been sick, and I haven't been feeling well. I'm still a little sick, but I'm okay to do a short visual novel. So, I'm sorry, we're going to be a little behind on some of the newer releases of visual novels, but I'm going to try to make my way through it as I get better, okay? And if you hear me pause for a second, I'm just muting my mic so I can cough, okay? So I'm sorry about that. Immersion break, my bad. It was past midnight, the air alive with the faint hum of crickets and the whisper of leaves in the breeze. Slowly, the moonlight slid across the garden, and there he was, kneeling in the dirt, like the night had claimed him as its own. Interesting beginning. The air shifted, carrying a faint rustle through the pale petals swaying in the glow. He rose and started toward me, each step measured, a single white anemone cradled in his hand. Is that how you say that word? Anemone? Anemone? His face was calm, but his eyes locked on me like nothing else looked on me like nothing else in the world existed. I'll protect you, no matter what. Even if the whole world turns against you, I'll still be here. He held the flower out to me, its white petals catching the moonlight like they'd been dipped in silver. I'm not gonna lie, I love the plaid, man. I'll be your best friend, your lover, whatever you need me to be, so long as you stay by my side. His gaze doesn't waver. There's warmth there, but also something that makes my chest feel tight. Because once you find where you belong, you never leave, right? He presses the anemone into my hand, his fingers lingering just a moment too long. Where's the start of this? Bro! The moonlight catches in his eyes, gentle but unreadable. It should have sounded comforting. This is a good start, though. What the hell? But instead, it felt like a promise I wasn't allowed to break. This is a good start, man. Right in my face. The way he said it made me wonder if he'd ever really let me go. How did it all turn into this? What am I supposed to do now? Flashback? Or flash forward? If I don't even have a choice anymore. A few months ago. Nice. I love when visual novels do this, by the way. Such a great way to just make you see the love interest right away, you know? Starting like any other Monday, with me dragging myself out of bed, hair a mess and brain still half asleep. I got dressed in the usual outfit that somehow manages to look both acceptable and like I gave up. Brushed my teeth while giving my reflection that, you got this, probably, look. And just like that, I was back at my desk. The office offered its usual features, identical desks in neat rows, the soft hum of computers, and that annoying buzzing light in the corner that never got fixed. Being a data engineer was never exactly thrilling. It's a lot of scripts, dashboards, cleaning up other people's messes, and trying not to break anything in production. Some days it's satisfying in that puzzle-solving way, but lately it's just like noise, the kind that fills your head but doesn't say anything. I wasn't just tired. I was tired of feeling tired. Mentally cluttered, emotionally foggy, like I was running on autopilot. Okay, wait. Let me just turn down the music just a bit. There we go. People always say you should follow your passion, but passion doesn't cover rent or groceries or internet bills. Yeah, if your passion is like, you know, it depends on your passion a lot, you know? Yeah, like, you gotta be able to monetize your passion in some way, you know? Has to be something people want, unfortunately. So here I am, doing what I can, 5 days a week. It's not glamorous, but it keeps the lights on and me out of my parents' house. But, you know, then you do your passion on your days off, your free time, you know, things like that. Around lunchtime, my phone lit up. I figured it was my best friend sending me a meme, or maybe one of those random sushi coupons I always forget to use. The fucking light of heaven is in this kitchen, man. What the hell? Just the usual stuff that makes a sad office lunch a little less sad. Bro, if my office was packing a stovetop like this, I would never have a sad lunch ever. What the hell? But no, it was from Liam. Yeah, I think we should break up. Sorry, hope you understand. What? You're joking, right? That was it. No call. No, we need to talk. Not even a half-hearted sorry. Good. You just dodged a bullet. Don't worry about it. Just one lazy little message. Like he was canceling a dentist appointment he forgot he made. No punctuation. Not even an emoji to soften the blow. I think I would be so fucking pissed off if I got broken up with and they sent an emoji. I think I would fucking throw my phone, bro. No, an emoji would not soften the blow. I just stared at it, blinked, reread it, waited the next message to pop up something like, haha, got you, right? I'm joking. But nothing came. So I asked what's that supposed to mean? That I wasn't in the mood for jokes. I usually break up with people like this. Awful! Still nothing. That's when the first crack of unease hit. Small, but sharp enough to notice. I checked my screen again and again. I'm not saying you guys should, if you do break up with someone, I'm not saying, like, take them out on a date and waste your money and then at the end of the date break up with them. But I think I think people deserve a phone call. I think people deserve a phone call. I think people deserve a reason, whether that be a bad reason or not. You know, people deserve that much at least. People deserve closure, you know, don't do this. You know, just a text like this is awful. This person has no closure whatsoever. They have no idea what they did wrong. You know, you should say why you're breaking up. You should be like, hey, I'm not attracted to you anymore. Or, hey, I found someone that I'm attracted to more. Or, hey, I'm leaving the country. Like anything, you know, say why. That's when the first crack of unease hit. Small, but sharp enough to notice. I checked my screen again and again. 5 minutes later, I was still staring at the same empty chat box, and it looked like my messages never went through. Yeah, and then they blocked them, and then they ghosted. First ex broke up with me through text and thought we could stay friends. Some couples can manage to stay friends, but I don't think you're gonna stay friends after getting a text. I was annoyed, but I told myself to just ignore it and get back to work like nothing happened. Only I couldn't. It kept circling in my head. Sure, we'd been a little distant lately. We're both busy. Especially Liam, who'd been buried in some... Also, by the way, if you're like in an abusive relationship and you just got away from them or something, obviously that you don't need to call them, okay? This is for like regular relationships. But and Chris is going on a big tangent on why they break up with people. It's okay, bro, to break up with people. I'm not saying it's wrong to not love everybody. It's good. Break up with people. Don't lead people on. Hell, you're telling me why you're breaking up with people. Why can't you tell them? That's all I'm saying. Why you texting them and then you explain to random streamer man why you breaking up, but you can't tell that person why you break up with them? Like, come on. It's not awkward. Like, it's already bad enough. Like, trust me, no matter what you say after you tell someone you're breaking up with them will not be as bad as telling them that you broke up with them. Because you've already hit them with the worst thing, man. Like, another punch is not going to really kill them, okay? End something if you aren't feeling it. Yeah, you know, end it. Tell them why, you know? Don't leave them hanging. Don't leave them confused. Because now you're just hurting them even more if you don't tell them why, you know? So tell them why when you break up. That's all I'm going to say. Sure, we've been a little distant lately. We're both busy, especially Liam, who've been buried in some big project. And yes, by the way, that is going to be hard for you as the person to do. Obviously, continuing a conversation's a bit harder, but guess what? You got to man up because you're the one who's breaking up. So you got to be a little bit of a tougher person. And if you're in an abusive relationship or something like that, obviously, it's not like it's a different situation. Like, obviously, if you just had like a giant fight or something, it's pretty clear why you broke up. Something like that, you know, it's a little different. Sure, we've been a little distant lately. We're both busy, especially Liam, who'd been buried in some big project. Sorry, I'm going to move on for that topic. My bad. I hadn't been bothering him much. Honestly, I couldn't even remember the last time we had a proper date. But it's not like we'd fought. No big arguments, no simmering grudges. So why break up? And like this. Didn't make sense. Kept turning it over in my mind until I decided I'd just call him tonight when I got home. Maybe that's what he wanted. Bro's already blocked your number. So I called. Liambo. No answer. Called again.
The number you have dialed cannot be reached. Please try again later.
Damn. Felt like someone had just punched me in the stomach. Yeah. Was this real? Breaking out of nowhere? Liam and me? Did something happen? So, it's okay, Chris. It's okay. It's okay. You're going a little too deep into it now. You're going a little too deep into your life right now. I'm sorry to hear that, okay? Yo, good night, Mikey. No, you're good, man. You're going a little too deep into your life story, but that's okay. But we're moving on from that. We're moving on. Now, I was actually worried. I grabbed my phone again and decided to call April my best friend. I called her. That's a cute picture. No answer. Damn, left in the cold. I froze. For a second, I actually wondered if my phone was broken, or if my closest people had decided to pull some ridiculous prank on me. Your best friend is dating your best friend is dating your boyfriend. Oh my god, bros. Oh my god. By the way, that's not... That'd be crazy, but you gotta remember it's late at nighttime. It's kind of... Your best friend has no idea of the situation you're in right now, so chances are they're just sleeping. But this is a visual novel, so I feel like that's not the case. But if this happened to you IRL, don't rush to conclusions. It's probably just your best friend's asleep or something. You didn't text them either, you called them. For a second, I actually wondered if my phone was broken, or if my closest people had decided to pull some ridiculous prank on me. Then my screen lit up. April was calling. Yeah, see, there you go. Hey, where have you been? You scared me to death. Huh? To that extent, I was just taking a shower. Yeah, so that's all it was. Taking a shower after fucking my boyfriend. You're so dramatic. What's going on? Can't reach Liam. He's probably just buried in work, like always. Yeah, but he sent me this strange message. It's not a strange message, he broke up with you. And he didn't answer when I called. That's never happened before. What message? That he's breaking up with me. Ha ha ha. Please, Liam breaking up with you? That'd be like the sun not rising. Not gonna happen. I don't know. I just feel uneasy. You're overthinking it. Honestly, you've probably just caught him at a bad time. Forget about it for tonight. How can I sleep after that? Look, it's too late for me to call him now, but I'll check in with him tomorrow. Promise. Thanks, April. Yeah. What would you do without me? See, I think that's a good friend. I think that's a good friend. Okay, then. Good night. Sweet dreams. They're supportive, you know? We don't know the situation yet. The best friend doesn't know either. They're trying to keep you hopeful until at least you get that answer you're looking for. I felt a little lighter after talking to her. Like she'd managed to talk me down from a ledge. Yeah. But deep down, I knew something was off. I just couldn't explain it. So I did the only thing I could. Crawled into bed and pretended sleep would come. Yeah, that's when you pop 10 paint. No, you do not do that. Morning came too soon, and it didn't bring any answers. I tossed and turned all night, drifting in and out of this foggy half-sleep that left me feeling like I'd run a marathon in my head. My alarm felt cruel. I dragged myself through my morning routine, shower, coffee, the usual makeup that didn't even bother to hide the dark circles. By the time I got to the office, my brain was already begging for a nap. We had a morning meeting, which I half listened to, pretending to take notes while actually staring at the same bullet point for way too long. When it ended, I spotted Clara, one of my favorite coworkers, packing up the last of her desk. She was glowing in that about-to-pop way, her hand resting on her belly like she was keeping a secret no one could possibly miss. Braggers! Today was her last day before maternity leave. Yeah, okay. So, this is it, huh? Your last day in the chaos. Yeah, honestly, I can't tell if I'm excited or terrified. Both is allowed. We chatted about baby names and how she couldn't wait to not check her work emails for months. Then she tilted her head at me. What about you? You okay? You look a little off. Didn't sleep well last night, that's all. Mm-hmm. You look worse than I do. And I'm literally carrying another human. Wow. Brutal. You should take some time off too. Seriously. Do you think Janice would let us both of us vanish at the same time? Sure, she won't mind. Probably. We both laughed, and for a second I actually felt lighter. I'm gonna miss you, you know. Miss you too. But you'll survive without me, I think. It didn't fix anything, but it made things feel a bit lighter for a while. Like I could breathe normally again. Damn, lost our only friend, too. We ended up having lunch together in the break room, talking about random little things. Her excitement for the baby, the latest office gossip, even a few harmless complaints about the coffee machine. For a moment, it felt almost normal. Afterward, I was cleaning my mug with my phone buzzed on the counter. Oh, there's April. Finally. Hey, so, how are you? Don't ask. Were you able to reach him? Yeah. Is he alright? So you're worried about him. April, just tell me. What did he say? The breakup. Is it real? Yeah, he said it is. For a second I thought I'd misheard her, but she didn't repeat herself, and I didn't ask her to. I just sat there staring at the wall like it might have the answers. That's it? He didn't mention anything else? Yeah, that's it. When I asked him why, he just hung up on me. Sorry, April. I dragged you into my mess. Forget about him. He doesn't deserve you. Yeah, he doesn't. I have to get back to work. Alright, I'll call you again later. It was like my brain had put up a soundproof wall between me and what I'd just heard. The words reached me, but they didn't land. No heartbreak, no fury, just a dull, flat quiet in my head. I didn't even know what I was supposed to feel. Sadness? Anger? Betrayal? Nothing fit. Get a little angry. So I went back to work, finished the day without remembering a single thing I did, and went straight home. I didn't eat, I didn't even try to distract myself. Just crawled into bed and let exhaustion win. April never called back or texted. Maybe she thought I needed space, or maybe she just didn't know what to say either. This is sad. It is pretty sad what happened. Last night didn't feel like sleep. Felt like I blacked out and somehow woke up hours later. I opened my eyes 2 hours before my alarm. The sky outside still pitch black. I'd skipped dinner, but I wasn't hungry. Just made coffee and hoped it might clear my head. At least enough to function. I got to the office early. Too early. With nothing to distract me, my thoughts drifted back to Liam, back to us. If I was going to get through this, I decided I'd have to treat it like a problem to solve. Rationally. No drama, no spiraling. We met about 3 years ago, through mutual friends. Same night he told me he's fallen for me at first sight. That I was the one. Chased me over for over a year before I finally gave in and said yes. So how could he just end it like that? A single message? No conversation, no explanation, so suddenly? No way. That wasn't him. It didn't fit. I stopped there, letting the thought hang in my head like an unanswered question. Buried myself in work. I ended up having lunch with one of my juniors from the team, Ethan. He's young, always smiling about something, the kind of person who makes even the Monday meeting sound exciting. Rough. Feels weird without Miss Clara, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. He's right, the office feels quieter without her. Not in the peaceful way, more like when you notice a picture missing from the wall. You barely touched your food. Everything okay? Just no appetite. He nodded, but didn't push. So, any idea who's taking her place? I heard someone's coming in next week. Hope they're good. Big shoes to fill. Both smiled faintly at that, then went back to pick at our food. Two people making small talk to fill the gap Clara left behind. We went back to work, then my phone buzzed. Thought it might be April, checking if I was still alive or just miserably surviving. But no, it was from Tasha. Tasha, an old friend from college I hadn't spoken to in years. That's really random, but I don't think you should be asking if you're a bad person, but like I said earlier, I think no, like I think that's a legitimate reason to break up with someone, and yes, I think ghosting people is one of the worst things you can do to them. You know, something like that is pretty bad. Like I think ghosting people can be really bad. That's just what I'll say. That's end of discussion. Like I think if they wronged you, but they don't know how they wronged you, then yeah, I think that's different, you know. I think you wronging them in return isn't exactly isn't exactly like nice either, you know. You know, I don't think that's like an emotion. I don't think that's like how would you feel if your job just fired you and just didn't tell you, you know? You show up to work one day and they're just like, go away. They don't even tell you you're fired. It's just like, they just don't let you in. Like, they just lock the doors. They see you coming at the job, they lock the doors. like, like emotions or not, I feel like I feel like that's just logic. I feel like that's one of the most logical things, you know? You know, like, I think the most logical thing is if you want to break up with someone, you break up with them. You tell them, and you tell them why. And I think that's really logical, not emotional, you know? Now, how you break up with them, like, if you yell at them, like, if you start, like, yelling at them or something like that, don't do that ever, you know? I don't, you should never have to, like, yell at them. Then you're getting emotional while breaking up. But you should just tell them, you know? I think it's a fairly normal thing to just tell someone, I'm gonna break up with you. Here's why. You should always do that. Unless you're literally running away from a situation. Then that's a different story. But, it doesn't sound like you were running away from them. Like, it doesn't sound like they were hitting you and you needed to get out, you know? You know what I mean? So, that's what I'm trying to get across. And this is important for YouTube too. Like, stop. It's really popular with younger folk too, the whole ghosting thing. Just tell people why, man. Just tell them, man. It's not that hard. Tasha, an old friend from college I hadn't spoken to in years. Should I read it now? Sure, let's read it. Oh, okay. I don't like it when it quick saves. I prefer doing the full save. Open the message, sure. Almost didn't open it, but I did. Hey, I wasn't sure if I should say anything, but I want to know if it were me. Hey, what is it? What the fuck? There they were. Liam. And... April! I called it, bro. I called this fucking fanfic. Nah, bro, I called it. I mean, the drama, the tea is good. The tea is good. Oh, man, the drama. I called it, bro. It's a classic. That's evil, man. It's true. The shock hit so hard, it felt like the floor had tilted under me. My legs went weak, my hands shook, and for a second, I couldn't get enough air in my lungs. Whoa. The fact that the best friend, like, and this is, like, so strange to me. Just say it. You gonna just ghost me and not be my best friend anymore? Like, you don't think I would... we all have mutual friends. Like, you don't think I would find out? My vision blurred. Ethan rushed over, alarm all over his face. He led me out to the terrace, pressed a bottle of water into my hand. Are you okay? Yeah, thanks. I'm fine. You should go back. Are you sure? Because... I'm fine. Really, I'll follow you in a few minutes. Okay? He's like, what the fuck? When he was gone, I just stood there, gripping the bottle like it might keep me upright. Saddest start to a visual novel, man. What the hell? I didn't need to look at the photo again. It was burned into my mind. April and Liam at some cozy little cafe, the kind of place you go on dates that feel special. Leaning in close, holding hands. She was wearing his hoodie. I didn't scream, I didn't cry, my heart was pounding, but my face stayed blank, like every emotion had short-circuited at once. Something in me quietly snapped. A thread I didn't even know I'd been holding on to finally gave way, leaving me strangely weightless. Why? Why April? Why you out of all people? It hit me then, this awful hollow thought, that maybe the bond I had with them was fake. Or at least one-sided. They said they loved me, said they cared. I trusted them. Would have given everything. So why did I deserve this? Couldn't bring myself to call April. I don't know why they would try to hide this. It's just such a painful thing to do to someone. The idea of hearing her voice. I mean, it's not surprising. People cheat all the time. Things like this happen. Give me a second, chat. I have my cat. And he's kind of being an asshole. I gotta go move him around because he's trying to get my cords. 1 second. He's chewing on cords. I cannot let the kitty chew on cords. I have to kick him out. Sorry. He's usually pretty good, but sometimes he just be like that. Took him out of the room. The idea of hearing her voice, of finding out exactly what she'd say, made my stomach twist. What could I even say to her? Didn't have the words. All I wanted at that moment was to disappear. I went home early, not wanting to think about anything. Just crawled into bed, grabbed my phone, and opened my feed, letting my thumb do the thinking for me. Good meme. Vacation ads, cooking videos, yoga girls on cliffs, people getting engaged, having babies, adopting dogs that somehow eat cake like little humans. Ew, AI videos. None of it stuck. My brain just wanted out. Out of the ache, the noise, the whole mess swirling in my chest. And then I saw it. Just a photo, nothing dramatic or overly filtered. A crooked little cabin with a slanted roof, tucked between tall pines and bathed in the soft, sleepy kind of golden light, like it had been sitting there for years waiting to be found. I paused. It wasn't flashy like the rest. No luxury spa, no infinity pool, but there was something about it. Something that made me stop. I hope MC has other people in their life. I really hope MC does, because, yeah, this is the worst way that you could get broken up with, and then also on top of that, losing your best friend. Like, you know, it sucks that it happened like this, but your best friend really should have said something, you know? Because it's so weird that it's like they're still trying to be your friend kind of thing. So weird. Something quiet that tugged at me, like maybe this was the kind of escape I actually needed. I clicked the listing. It's a week-long rental in a remote village I never heard of. No clubs, no malls, no city noise, just forest, a cabin, and quiet. And the reviews. I mean, I don't think you can. I don't think you can not stay friends with your best friend. But yeah, it's gonna be tougher. But you definitely can't be friends with that girl. Like, no. Especially if they cheat, then that's bad, you know. At least wait until after. Reviews. Looks basic at first, but it's super cozy and had everything I needed. Owner was kind and thoughtful, left a small jar of wildflower honey on the table. Peaceful and quiet, and the landscape is beautiful, like something out of a dream. Simple place, but surprisingly comfortable, slept like a rock. Perfect for clearing your head, the owner really seemed to care. Safe, quiet, and strangely healing, I didn't want to leave. They weren't fake sounding or salesy, just honest, thoughtful. The last one hit me right in the chest. Strangely healing. God, I just wanted that. Not a vacation, not a selfie-worthy trip. Just wanted to be somewhere that didn't remind me of anything. And the price, ridiculously cheap. Like, why isn't this a scam cheap? But at that point, I didn't even care. The murder one. Let's book it. I booked it. Hell yeah. No second thoughts, no deep internal debate, just click. Felt like the first thing I'd done right in a long time. 7 days, alone in the woods, in a quiet little cabin that, according to strangers on the internet, might help me remember what being a person feels like. Just sat there in the dark, staring at my phone, feeling something strange I hadn't felt in weeks. Hope. Tiny and fragile, sure, but real. And sometimes when everything else falls apart, even the smallest spark can light the way forward. I didn't sleep much the night I booked the cabin, but for once it wasn't the usual anxious tossing and turning. There was this quiet little buzz under my skin, like my body didn't quite know what to do with the feeling of doing something just for me. Not to please anyone, not because I had to, just because I wanted to. No guilt, no second guessing, just this soft, unfamiliar flicker of excitement. I hadn't forgotten about them, not for a second, but I decided for my own sake to focus on myself for once. Good for you. Good for you, chat. The next morning I went to work like normal. Well, kind of. My body went, but my brain had already checked out and was somewhere deep in a pine forest, staring up at the sky and smelling fresh air that didn't reek of burnt coffee and toner. After about 5 minutes of doing nothing, my fingers just moved. Next thing I knew, I was drafting an email. Hi Janice, I need to take some personal time. I'll wrap up my current queue before I leave. Permission to leave. Send. That was weird. Fine, let me know when you're back. We'll reassign your queue. It didn't take long to get a reply. Classic Janice, emotionally allergic to punctuation and empathy. I mean, that was really nice, honestly, dude. If you could message your boss this, that's crazy that they would let you leave. But I didn't care. For once, her complete lack of human warmth actually helped. There was nothing holding me back now. The last 2 days of the week crawled by, each hour stretching longer than it had any right to. I didn't do much, just the bare minimum to get through. I didn't tell anyone where I was going, no posts, no updates. I didn't even bother coming up with an excuse. Okay, let's run that back. Tell your parents. You should always tell someone that you're going on a trip, okay? And you should always tell them to check in with you after the trip is supposedly done, okay? Very, very bad idea to leave somewhere without telling anyone, okay? Why? Because if you get murdered or kidnapped, no one's gonna be able to find you. So tell them, okay? Tell somebody and tell them to check in on you. You can tell your boss, because you sure as shit your boss is gonna be calling your ass being like, I need you for work. I always say parents because parents are less awkward. But yeah, tell anyone. Tell anyone that needs you, because trust me, you're gonna fucking get kidnapped or die. But even someone like a boss or a coworker can make that work, okay? Because you won't come back to work and they'll be like, huh, I guess I should go call them. And then when the cops come around to questioning, they can be like, oh, they went here. Okay, I didn't tell anyone where I was going. Okay, I just slipped out of the noise and waited for the day to finally come. When it did, I finally pulled out the old backpack I used in college. Faded blue canvas with the loose zipper and a coffee stain on the bottom. Wasn't much, but it had enough space for what little I planned to bring. I didn't overthink it. A few pairs of leggings, a hoodie, some t-shirts, my toothbrush, added my journal just in case inspiration decided to strike somewhere between the trees. What about food and water? No makeup bag, no laptop, no planner, no reminders of my city life. Just me and enough softness to last me a week. What about food? You're going to a cabin, not a resort. But that morning felt different. The whole city was still half asleep, quiet, slow, kind of soft around the edges, like it was giving me permission to leave without a fuss. There weren't many people out yet. A delivery van rolled by, and I caught the smell of fresh bread from the bakery on 3rd Street. I love fresh bread. Made my stomach growl, but I didn't stop. Just smiled to myself and kept going. Train station was quiet too, which was a relief. No rushing, no announcements, blaring, no bumping into me with a suitcase. Just the soft buzz of lights overhead and a few sleepy people keeping to themselves. Bought my ticket from this old machine that took forever to respond, then found a bench way at the end of the platform. It was a little chilly, but it felt kind of nice. Sat there with my hands in my pockets, watching the sky slowly brighten. For once, no spiraling, no knots in my stomach. I felt calm, like my brain had finally exhaled. I think it's a pretty good start to the game, too. A little long on this, intro. A little long, but it kind of sets up the drama and why we're going out. When the train finally arrived, I stopped into the warm car like it was waiting just for me. Found a window seat and curled up next to it, pressing my forehead gently to the glass as the city began to slide past outside. Nice train. Gray buildings, rows of identical houses, chain stores, street signs. But slowly, all of it began to change. Wait, run that back? Yo. CN Tower? Nice. Buildings grew farther apart. Then they shrank. Then they disappeared. Is this Canada? Or are they just using like AI pictures? Please tell me no to AI. Sidewalks turned into gravel paths and office parks turned into barns and tall, wind-blown grass. I didn't even realize I was smiling until I caught my reflection in the grass. Huh, that's so cute. Somewhere around the halfway mark, a woman and her daughter sat across from me. Honestly, this does remind me of a Go Train a lot. The kid was adorable, head to toe in pink, hair and cute, pigtails, glittery sneakers on her feet, and a green stuffed dinosaur clutched like it was priceless. She looked at me like she was sizing me up. Do you like dinosaurs? I blinked and then nodded with all the seriousness I could muster. Hydrate check? I'm out of water. I'm out of tea. Absolutely, who doesn't? Dinosaurs are awesome, but chat, you better drink up, okay? This one's Pickle. He's a herbivore. He likes peanut butter. Well then, I think Pickle and I would get along just fine. Yeah, because I love nut. Peanut butter. Stay hydrated. I would, but I ran out of water and tea, so I got nothing. Her mom gave me a quiet, apologetic smile, but I just smiled back. Oh, but you should stretch. And I can't do that. I just finished my tea. But chat, you should have water too. Stay hydrated. But don't worry about me. I did just finish a whole tea. It was the first time in days I talked to someone without feeling like I had to put on an act. No pretending, no fake cheer, just a simple, honest moment. I trusted you. Rip, I'm gonna die now. She names all her toys after snacks. At home, we've got a unicorn named Cupcake and a robot named Pancake. Hell yeah! I respect the theme. It's powerful branding. Eventually, their stop came, and as they stood to leave, the little girl gave me a cheerful wave, like we were old friends who'd gone through something together. I smiled and waved back without thinking. Don't know why it stuck with me. Maybe because it reminded me that even when you feel completely emptied out, small moments can still slip in and fill you up a little. Keep you safe. I'm not safe. I'm in danger. Once they left, it was just me again, but it didn't feel lonely. It felt peaceful. Like the silence was a good thing this time. Like maybe I just didn't need to be surrounded by noise to feel okay. Not me, bitches. I need my white noise, man. I need that fan. I need that TV on in the background while I sleep. Like low volume, but I need my white noise, you know, when I'm trying to sleep. I don't mind complete silence, but not at nighttime. Trees grew thicker, taller, darker. The horizon opened into wide rolling fields. Lakes shimmered in the distance like mirrors. The sky looked bigger out here, like it didn't belong to the city at all. I lost track of time. Stopped checking the stops, stopped looking at my phone. I just watched, wide-eyed and quiet, as the world slowly shifted into something I hadn't realized I was craving. Next and final stop, Greystone Village. That was it. My stop. The last one on the line. I stood up slowly, shouldered my backpack, and stared out at the platform as it came into view. Small, weathered, kind of station that probably doesn't even show up on most maps. The sign was faded, the benches were wooden, and the trees wrapped around the platform like they were protecting it from the rest of the world. And just like that, I was there. No turning back, no boss, no Liam, no city. Just me, a forest, and whatever this week was going to be. Air smelled different, like pine and wet leaves, and something ancient I couldn't name. Give me like 1 second. You guys are so weird. I didn't stare straight. I was side-eyeing you, chat. Ugh. Sorry, I was just drinking some more medicine, and I blew my nose. I took a breath, the deepest one I'd taken in what felt like years. And first time in a long time, felt like maybe I made the right decision. Triton pulled away behind me, slow and quiet, so I couldn't hear it anymore. I just stood there for a second, holding onto my backpack and looking around like someone who had no idea what they were doing, because, well, I didn't. It was really quiet. Peaceful, sure, but also a little weird. Like I should have brought a map, or maybe asked more questions before coming out here. Then I heard footsteps crunching on the gravel. Up ahead, I saw an older man in a dungarees and a cap that looked like it had been through a lot. What the hell is a dungarees? Dungarees? This is some fucking Australian shit. Dungarees? What is this? Overalls. Australian, right? It's an Australian thing, isn't it? Who the fuck says this? That looked like it had been through a lot. He leaned in on a cane and gave me a look. Kind of amused, kind of curious. Yeah, I know this as a pair of overalls. Lost, are you? He gave him an awkward half smile, the kind you give when someone just read your mind in public. Is it that obvious? Well, you've been looking at the trees like they're supposed to give you directions. Not many new folks come out this way. He didn't seem threatening, just local. Kind of person who probably knew everyone in town and still mailed letters by hand. Felt weirdly reassured. I'm renting a cabin for a week. It's supposed to be near the woods, run by someone named James. Ah, James's place. You're almost there then. Just keep walking down this road. You'll come to a fork. Turn left. He pointed down the misty path ahead, slow and steady like he'd done this 100 times. If you turn right, well, that'll take you toward the old grazing field. Nothing much down there these days unless you like watching weeds grow. Yes, thank you. Right it is. Thank you. You'll know you're there when you smell pine and see that crooked fence. Can't miss it. I thanked him, pulled my backpack up a little higher, and started walking. I actually really love that the developer, by the way, made sprites for, like, even the NPCs that we're not going to see for very long. I think that's really nice. A lot of the time, like, a visual novel will just not do anything, and I'm just looking at, like, the empty air. So I think it's really nice when they do this. It's really good. Really nice. I know it's a lot more work, but I think it helps a lot. It adds a lot. Makes me feel like I'm actually in a world of people, not just like one guy. After walking for a bit, maybe 10 minutes, I reached a fork and slowed down. Wait, what did that old man say again? He told us to turn right. I ended up turning right. Maybe I got distracted. Maybe I just didn't, maybe it just felt like it. I don't know, it just happened. Someone out there. I walked a little ways before noticing someone out in the field. Not super close, but there. It looked like a man doing something. He's jorking it! Maybe gardening or just messing around with something on the ground. I watched for a second, but he wasn't doing anything weird. Just doing his thing. So I shrugged it off and turned around. Probably nothing important. As I got back to the fork in the road, guess who I ran into again? Yep, the old man from the station. Total coincidence. He's gooning! He's walking from the other direction, and when he saw me, he chuckled like he already knew. Went right, didn't you? I laughed and scratched the back of my neck. Yeah, I got a little curious. Left's your path. Right. I mean, left. We both laughed, and I headed off the right way this time. A few minutes later, I saw the fence he mentioned. Kind of crooked, a little overgrown, but definitely there. Wait, what the fuck was the old man doing there? It's called Madness in Bloom. It's just a demo for right now. But also, now that I think about it, what the fuck was the old man doing? Why was he following us? Okay. Maybe there's another direction that we just didn't see. He fast AF. What the hell? Yeah, a few minutes later, I saw the fence he mentioned. Kind of crooked, a little overgrown, but definitely there. But chat, if there's only a cabin, and there's only a field with weeds in it, Why was the old man going? And why didn't he join us earlier? I don't like that. Suspicious. A few minutes later, I saw the fence he mentioned. Kind of crooked, a little overgrown, but definitely there. Just past it, tucked into the trees, was the cabin. The cabin was small and tucked between the trees like it had been there forever. Wasn't fancy or anything, just wooden walls, a sloped roof, and a little porch with a chair out front. It looked peaceful, quiet, like a place made for taking a breath and just letting go for a while. And that was exactly what I needed. Instructions said the key would be under the second flower pot on the porch, and yep, there it was. I felt a little silly lifting it up like some wannabe spy, but hey, it worked. Grabbed it, unlocked the door, and stepped inside. The cabin was small, but honestly perfect. It smelled like wood and something faintly herbal. Maybe cedar, maybe old books. Well, that's really cute, that little upstairs with the ladder. Cozy, lived in, like it had been quietly waiting for someone to come rest. Dropped my backpack inside and did a slow little walk around, checking the space. But I'm going to tell you this right now, chat. You go into one of these places, you go to the bathroom, you flush the toilet, and you will smell the smell of 1,000 poopies, okay? Blech. You know why? Because this place ain't got no fucking plumbing. It's got an indoor outhouse. Blech. And they smell awful. Yo, what's up, Boopy Beth? I dropped my backpack inside and did a slow little walk around, checking out the space. Tiny kitchen, old but solid furniture, a round table with 2 chairs, and a window view that made me want to never open a laptop again. How are you? I'm good. How are you? I'm good. Well, I'm a little sick right now, but I'm okay. How you doing? Then I noticed the back door was open just a crack. Curious, I peeked out. There it was, a little garden just behind the cabin, full of flowers I didn't recognize, tall stems and soft petals, colors like cream and deep red wine. Okay, when the background does not match what we're talking about. Half dead and depressed. Real. They looked like they belonged in some dreamier version of reality. Stood there for a second, taking it in. Eventually I wandered back inside, feeling a little lighter than before. Curled up on the couch just to sit for a minute, just a minute. But then let out one long yawn, and I guess my body decided that was more than enough for today. Because the next thing I knew, I was totally out. We are here for a whole week. Might as well make it work. Oh, is this the owner? Or cabin owner or old man? Chat. I woke up to a soft knock on the door. Also, chat shit themselves. God damn it, chat. Woke up to a soft knock on the door. Not loud, just enough to pull me gently out of dreamland. I blinked a few times. Ran a hand through my hair like that would fix anything. When I opened it, there he was. He looked exactly like the kind of person who'd own a quiet cabin out here in the middle of nowhere. Bro's ready to take it off. Bro is ready to take it off. He's like, say the word. Say the fucking word. Pants are dropping. Panty dropper here. Good stuff. He looked exactly like the kind of person who would own a quiet cabin out here in the middle of nowhere. Tan skin, green eyes that caught the light in a soft sort of way, and curly brown hair. Wore a tartan shirt. Is that what this is called? I just call this plaid. Plaid shirt. Plaid or what? Tartan. And stood like someone who had all the time in the world. What the hell is tartan, chat? Good afternoon. I hope I'm not intruding. Is this tartan? Tartan. Tartan. This is plaid. It's the same thing, Ginger says. Say plaid. I'm Canadian. Oh my god, chat. I actually wish I had a plaid shirt like this, but I just have the only ones I have are red and black, blue and black, purple and black, and I have a yellow and black one. Yeah, I really like plaid. I really like plaid shirts. Oh, hi. No, I was just half asleep on the couch. Should play with an eye tracker. I think when I mentioned I was looking at his hands, at his belt, I think you knew exactly where I was looking, chat. I don't think I need an eye tracker for you to know where I was looking, okay? I said that as soon as he appeared on the screen, by the way. Probably because it's too quiet out here. Hard not to fall asleep once you stop moving. Yeah, probably. Most people say the quiet surprises them more than anything. I didn't answer. I wasn't ready to admit I already liked the quiet. You're just James. That was actually kind of funny. And you are. He blinked, like he realized he skipped a step. What if he's got like a little tumor there? A little tumor with a smiley face on it. Maybe that's also James. Ah, sorry. I'm James. I take care of the cabin and the land around it. Nice to meet you. Well, I guess you already know who I am. I already know your name, but it's nice to put a face to it. Yeah, likewise. His voice was low and calm, the kind you could almost sink into if you weren't careful. I just wanted to stop by and welcome you properly. You had a long trip, I imagine. Yeah, it was long, but it was fine. If you need anything, I'm just down the path a bit. I won't bother you, unless I have a reason. Good to know. I tried to keep my voice neutral, friendly, but not inviting. I wasn't exactly in the mood for small talk. Oh, one more thing. He reached to the side and held something out. A bouquet. Small, simple, and full of those same deep red and cream-colored flowers I'd seen outside. These are for you. Just a small welcome. Where did he pull this out of? His asshole? Is that where he was keeping them? Right here? Alright, I'll be sniffing those later. For the scent of flowers. These are for you. Just a small welcome. I grow them myself. Horticulture's a bit more than a hobby. Should I accept the bouquet? It's a bad idea to accept flowers from strangers, chat, but I'm going to say yes. What? What? You what? You what? You fucking what? Okay. I guess the game ends there. Okay, decline. Decline. Bro? The demo ends at such a weird point. What the brown? Okay, let's run it back. Don't open the message. I didn't open it. Whatever it was, it could wait. Probably some casual, hey, long time message, and I wasn't in the mood to dig up the password polite back and forth, not today. That was fucked up, right, chat? That was fucked up. I'm not gonna lie, that is one of the worst endings to a demo I've ever seen in my life, man. Come on, man. Come on. This is not how you end a demo. You gotta end the night or something. I don't care. Probably some casual, hey, long time. I'm just gonna go back to that beginning choice, okay? And I wasn't in the mood to dig up the password polite back and forth. Not today. Okay, skip? No. Not when keeping my head down at work was the only thing holding me together. I'd already lost my boyfriend. I didn't need to risk losing my paycheck, too. Somewhere between staring at my monitor and pretending to care about my to-do list, caught myself feeling sorry for, well, me. The more I thought about it, the more it pissed me off. What exactly did I do to end up here, burnt out, hollow, and trying to fake fine for everyone else? Ha. After work, I decided I deserved at least one decent thing, and treated myself to my favorite restaurant. It's okay, bro. You'll build that back up. The Sacred Serpent Seduction. Not on stream, though. It gets wild fast. What the hell? By the time I got home, showered, and crawled into bed, I felt not good, but cleaner. Lighter, maybe. I lay there staring at the ceiling, trying to convince myself I was okay. Then I remembered Tasha's message. Fine, might as well I opened it. What the hell? The illusion of choice! There they were. Liam and April. She just went back to look at the message anyways. Leaning in so close you could have slipped a breath between them. Ah! Why? Her hand was resting on his knee, their fingers tangled like they belonged there. She was wearing his hoodie and smiling at him the way you smile when you're so deep in it, the rest of the world doesn't exist. It's the kind of photo you see on some cozy cafe's Instagram page. Two people who look like they've been together forever, comfortable and glowing. Okay, yeah, we can burn their houses down now. Except one of them was my best friend and the other was supposed to be mine. Ow, why are you guys hitting me? I didn't scream. I don't agree with cheating, chat. I'm sorry to tell you this. You can be a cheater, but I'm not. They hated me because I was right. Hi, Emopause. I'm sorry you lost your streak. Didn't scream, I didn't cry, my heart was racing, but my face stayed blank, like my brain couldn't keep up with my body. Something in me just unspooled, quietly, completely. Fingers tightened around the phone until my knuckles went pale. The screen's light felt too bright, like it was burning into my eyes, but I couldn't look away. The rest of the room seemed to fade. No traffic noise outside, no hum from the fridge, just me and that picture. I feel my pulse in my ears, steady but loud, too loud. There wasn't enough room in the air, but I stayed perfectly still. Didn't know what to do. Call her, throw the phone across the room, or just never move again. The only thing I did know was that whatever I thought I had with them, it wasn't what I believed. So I set the phone face down on the bed, turned off the light, and stared into the dark. Minutes passed, or maybe it was an hour, I couldn't tell. My mind wouldn't shut up, but it also wouldn't form any full thoughts. Just flashes. Her face, her hand, that hoodie. Rolled onto my side and reached for the phone again. Not to look at the photo, I couldn't, but to do something, anything, that wasn't lying here, replaying it. Opened my feed and started scrolling. Let my thumb do the thinking. Okay. FAQ. Book. Okay. Reviews. FAQ. Okay, I just want to see if you could do anything else. Send. Okay. So wait, that time I didn't get that, oh no, I did. I did get that other option. Okay. So this time, let's just turn left, I guess. Figured I should probably just listen and turn left like the old man said. Path felt quieter here. Air smelled fresh, and I could hear the wind gently moving through the trees above me. It was nice. Peaceful in that way where you start to forget you're even walking. After a little while, I spotted the fence he mentioned. It's a bit crooked and looked like it had been there forever. Just beyond it, there it was, the cabin. Oh, skip. Will this continue? Accept. I feel like it can't end here, right? It cannot end here, bro. It does not end here. There's no way, bro. There's no way it ends like that, right? Is it bugged? Or does it just end like that, bro? Real. It just ends like that. Bro! I just need it like 10 seconds longer, man. I need it 10, like, it is the ending. I get that's, okay. I think the writing is pretty nice. Very, very flowery. I do think the descriptions kind of run on a bit long, but they definitely paint the picture perfectly. I don't think there's a problem in it. I think it's just, it's very, it has such a build-up, right? It has such a big build-up. They really hammer that into you. So I'm hoping that with that build-up, you know, all that sadness, all that, like, that little frustration building up, you know, if you build it up that much, when the full game comes out, you better not just forget about them completely, okay? You can't just throw that aside, okay? You can't spend like 45 minutes on being upset about your breakup, and then the game actually starts and you just forget about that completely, okay? And if you do, then that should be shorter. That's what I'm gonna say, you know? Also, yeah, nothing happened. You know, we met the guy. That's basically, you start the demo right as it actually got good, I guess. I don't want to say good. But anyways, my point is definitely would have liked to see at least what he would have said. At least, like, letting us leave, you know? At least, like, him just being like, hey, nice to meet you. Take these flowers. Would you want to hang out later? Or don't accept the flowers? And he's like, you'll be seeing me again, you know? Because it's a yandere. And that's a big thing, right? This is a Yandere, Yandere visual novel. I need to see at least one aspect of it, okay, in the demo. I need to see a little aspect of, like, his possessiveness or his jealousy, you know, something, you know? I do think the design is really nice. I think there's a lot to like, but I do think the demo is weak in that I like the beginning. I love that little flashback. I think that's very good that you have that, because if you didn't have that, I would have called this demo bad, outright bad, okay? So I do think it's good that the very beginning showed a little bit of his like Yandere side at the very beginning, but it was only like what, like 7 lines of dialogue, 10 lines of dialogue. So like, it's great that you have that, because it makes us wait the 40 minutes of reading whatever, half an hour, 20 minutes, whatever. It's okay to have that long intro, right? But then for the demo to cut off as soon as we meet him is also leaves a bad taste in the mouth, right? It makes us go, well, what the shit, man? You know, at least just let me have that. At least end it off with him saying, like, by the way, you're beautiful, by the way. Like, wow, at least have him flirt with us a little bit, you know? Have something. Have something a little there. You don't have to go much longer. You don't have to go on a whole entire date. Just one little, like, here's your flowers. You look amazing, by the way. I'll see you tomorrow. Or something like that, you know? Would have been perfect. So, ending it at an option like that is really, leaves a bad taste in the mouth. That's what I will say. But it does leave us all wanting more. It does leave us wanting more. But not as much as just what will happen next would actually be. Because now you left us wanting more because because you kind of like, it's like ripping it out of our mouths. It's like we were eating something. It's like we were eating a cake, and just as we were like putting the scoop of cake into our mouth, you shoved it out of our mouths, kind of thing. That's how it is. Whereas it should be, let us bite that cake and then take away the cake, but let us have that bite of our cake, okay? That's what you're doing. So I don't know if that analogy makes sense, but let us have our bite of cake and then take away the rest. Leave us wanting more, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed this. I'd like to see where it goes. The art, by the way, fantastic. The story is interesting. Definitely like to see. I like the format of it right now. And I love all the characters. I'm assuming now that we're isolated, we're not going to see many other characters. But I do like it. It's immersive in that fact. Yeah, I want to see more. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate that. If you liked the video, please clock that like button and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, yeah, it helps me out a lot. We're gonna keep playing more games like this. If this ever gets finished, I'll play the rest of it too. Yeah, and with that, I'm clocking out. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace. Okay, there we go. God, I haven't done that in a while. Sorry, my bad. Bad outro. I won't lie. Thanks guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm sorry that the outro, the ending was kind of, I do hope they finish it. Yeah, I'd love to figure out where it's all going to come down to, you know, kind of thing. Because I do think it has a lot of potential. The art's good. It's good. It had a CG at the beginning. I would have loved the flowers or something, though. I would have really liked that.